Our urban forestry program is a network of urban foresters that are out in communities providing direct assistance to those communities in the pursuit of having better urban forestry programs, better tree care programs that manage their natural resources for the benefit of their citizens. We all know that urban vegetation, urban trees provide for better quality of life for citizens. It cleans the air, cleans the water, reduces energy consumption, just makes for a better living environment. For those resources to provide those benefits, they need to be managed properly, and they need to be maintained, they need to be funded. And so our urban foresters work with communities, they work with the public service directors and the tree commissions and the council members and the mayors, and bring them the newest information, the newest research coming from the Forest Service, coming from other agencies and other industries that inform us in how to better manage that resource for the public good.
The thing that people need to understand is that there are tremendous resources out there that they can reach out and you know, I've never made a call that I haven't gotten almost an immediate response to. They're readily available, they respond, they give you the information you need. And I think that's probably the thing that I would share is just that resource. If you've got a question you don't know, it's as close as your fingertips, literally.
I think Ohio is really unique that it has the urban foresters for each area. They're a tremendous resource in that it's just part of our job. So we may not know the answer, but we absolutely know where we can get the answer, and that's all of our urban foresters.
Through DNR, it's helped us quite a bit because it allows us to go back on somebody that knows a little bit more than we do. I'm not an arborist. I don't claim to be the big tree guy or anything like that. If I don't know, I try to find the resources who do know and talk to them. They've helped us numerous times. When they actually started the Tree City USA program back in '97, they did come in, I think Alan Bunker came in and helped them out. And to help set up what the plans were. It's not basically about the amount of trees that you're actually planting. It's about maintaining what you have and keeping a good canopy and stuff like that.
I think most people believe that trees are beautiful, but trees can provide so many more things than just beauty that we need to really kind of grasp onto and spread that word. Kind of that partnership, that common thread with ODNR and OSU are trees. And so trees are the topic that bring everybody together. And I think we all want to kind of increase awareness about the importance of trees, the values of trees, educate people, and then really empower them in their own communities. And so we do that at different levels, but we partner together to make sure that the message is even stronger.
Trees, I think, have played an important part in Findlay over the years. Findlay is a Tree City USA community, has been for 36 or so years. My perception is that most recently, the past 5-6 years, we've begun to focus more and more on our role with the Division of Forestry. We use the Division of Forestry program in developing our plans within Findlay, within developing our Shade Tree Commission. And so I appreciate all that they do in this regard. And I think our working with them as a community is an important collaboration.
Urban forestry is a resource in my life for everything. I'm very involved in trees and have always loved them. I was, even before I had the knowledge of trees, the typical tree hugger. But then once I joined the Tree Commission and became familiar with the Department of Forestry, I realized that I needed a lot more education, and though trees certainly have augmented my life, the education and resources that the Forestry Department has given us through many venues, primarily through the Tree Commission Academy, has changed my life.
We are fortunate that we've had some progressive thinkers in Ada, and we're one of the oldest tree cities in Northwest Ohio. To my knowledge, they've worked directly with urban forestry that entire 37-year span. And it couldn't have been done without the partnership at all. Ada is very small. We worry more about our infrastructure, like most communities. If the partnership with ODNR wasn't there, the Tree Commission could not do what they do as far as their outreach, to the kids, to the residents, and beyond. We partner within our county now on tree issues with other tree commissions. Those contacts wouldn't have been made without the connection to ODNR and the urban forestry program that they have.
This Southwest Ohio Regional Urban Forestry Conference has been a resource we've utilized quite a few times. You get to meet other folks that do what you do. Being an urban forester, it's a fairly unique career path.
Getting into the urban forestry side of things and developing a relationship with ODNR and utilizing them for education and direction and assistance and so forth has been great over the years. It's just not ODNR that has the expertise, but they know where the communities have the expertise. We're all in this together and we all work on it together.
ODNR Department of Urban Forestry, they're a great resource for technical questions. Wendy's came on and done training on proper pruning techniques and a few other things just to protect what we have and make sure we're doing good practices and protecting the trees that I think are a valuable resource to the city.
It's been a great opportunity to learn about tree care, tree planting. People love trees. And so we've been planting trees on tree lawns, in parks. Last year we won the Urban Forestry Award for trees in bloom.
That's one of these subtle, oh, trees are important. You notice them when they're not there anymore, not when they are there. Well, I know individuals I've talked to, when I've explained my background, had no idea of the whole urban forestry program in Ohio. It's just that awareness of, hey, this is paid for by the state. It's there. You just have to make use of it. It's a free resource for communities, and it's really valuable.
But it's a matter of using ODNR's policies and their standards and then taking that back to our elected officials and our city leaders and convincing them that this is a different way of looking at cities, and we're doing a lot to try to make our city more sustainable. And this has been, it's been really rewarding to feel like the amateur tree hugger is starting to get through to the to the community, and we can start to see some of those effects in town.
I would say that they're my go-to simply because Wendy and her peers simply will help you solve the problem. They don't have any game in whatever's going on. They will just simply give you their best advice as to what does or doesn't work in your locale. And it's really very helpful because, of course, the other thing the three people you hear are the residents want a certain thing. I want a big tree fest. Always, it's not possible. But and then commercial places certainly want to sell you what they have to sell. The ODNR has supplied that balanced input of something that actually works.
The impetus to get started with this tree canopy program began with our interest in the Tree Commission Academy, and of course we have members of the Park Board who have worked with tree sales in the past, but this year we've got a particular program to try to replace the trees which have been damaged due to the emerald ash borer, drought, wind, etc. It's great that we have that program, because I would not have known about it, and if I or Joe or the other members of our park board did not know about it, we wouldn't be able to give that information to our residents. So really the essence is that you have an excellent program with the Tree Commission Academy to get that information out. It's up to us, the graduates, to further disseminate that information to the residents of our community.
I don't think communities realize how excellent their Ohio Department of Natural Resources are and how we are so provided excellent service through our urban foresters and other divisions of the ODNR. They are really there to promote our cause, to help us out in any fashion, and to keep up on what the latest science and research provides us so that we can make better educated decisions. You know, people think about trees and they think about the aesthetics of trees or the fact that they may have to rake leaves. Tree Commission Academy and the whole purpose of our Tree Commission is far more reaching than that. It's taking care of what we now have and also planning for the future so that after we're gone, we're still going to have a sustainable urban forest.
Toledo has a great urban forestry. We had one of the first computerized inventories in the Midwest for any city. But I think the educational thing that those people bring and Stephanie brings for the communities is unmatchable. You know, they bring these opportunities to bring in guest speakers and to bring in some education for us so we can actually, you know, learn the new things that are out there in the field and all of that. And they also bring together all the professionals that are in the field so we can get together and, you know, we can talk about things and figure out what's going on and all of that. And it's been a great asset to have those people around all these years.
One of the great things about our program is that direct assistance, being able to sit down with the community and work through a problem or a process and come up with solutions for their community, for their individual communities. That's one thing we found out through the 40 years of our program is every community in Ohio is different. They all attack problems differently. They all have different challenges. They're all under that umbrella of urban forestry, but being able to sit down with them and work through those issues together is a real gain for our communities.